My name is Tyler Dan Williams, and my senior thesis for INTS 4350, Capstone in Integrative Studies, is over drought in Texas and its direct relationship to groundwater levels. I chose this topic because it is very important to me. I plan on working in the livestock industry upon graduation. In this presentation, I will discuss past droughts, groundwater levels, and their direct effect on the Texas economy. Texas has constantly been plagued by drought. The Texas area is one of the driest, most drought-prone areas in the United States. Texas relies on the agriculture production industry to support its economy. In a drought, Texas is forced to use large amounts of groundwater to meet the demands of the agriculture industry. The amount of water supplied by aquifers and the amount of rain required to recharge them is a growing concern. Having adequate water supply is necessary not only for the agriculture industry, but for the citizen population as well. With the continued drought, Texas is forced to overstep its water withdrawal from aquifers at alarming rates. This thesis is used to show a relationship between drought and groundwater depletion. It will also cover past research conducted on drought as well as legislative actions taken to prevent overconsumption of Texas groundwater. For the past 3 years, Texas has been experiencing a detrimental ecological problem that most citizens are unaware. Drought. Texas is currently in its third consecutive year of drought, and farmers and ranchers are praying for a change. The effects of drought are felt statewide by farmers, ranchers, and the agriculture industry, as it drives a crippling blow to the Texas economy. Drought does not just prey on landowners and farmers. It also takes its toll on everyday citizens who require adequate groundwater supply to support their daily lives. With no current solution to this problem, actions must be taken to preserve Texas's groundwater and determine possible solutions to this ecological threat. We all know drought is not a new concept here in Texas. In fact, when the Spaniards first explored the area in 1520, thousands of their horses perished because of a lack of water and forage. Whole rivers dried up, forcing many missionaries to abandon their settlements and move to wetter climates. Stephen F. Austin's first settlers were also devastated by drought in 1882, when their crops died due to a lack of rainfall. The most devastating drought Texas has experienced in the last 100 years was in 1950, but that all changed in 2001 when we experienced our driest year on record. A main issue that relates to Texas' current drought is the depletion of groundwater. Aquifers are dependent on recharge from infiltration of precipitation. Therefore, in a drought, the amount of infiltration is dependent on rainfall. With no rainfall on the horizon, aquifers are currently at their lowest levels in years. While it is obvious to consider water an important natural resource, many individuals underestimate its actual value. 33% of water county and city water departments supply to households and businesses comes from groundwater withdrawal. Groundwater alone supplies 97% of the rural population with its drinking water. So with the recharge rate of groundwater decreasing and drought persisting, actions must be taken to prevent future unrest. But if it continues, it will ravish Texas's economy and could potentially affect Texans' daily lives. The problem is there's no way of predicting an end to the drought. Therefore, one must look at the current situation and apply new techniques to aid in this issue. An interdisciplinary approach is necessary because there are so many different factors that contribute to this problem. One is forced to look outside the box for new solutions. An interdisciplinary approach would be most effective because you can look at the problem through multiple lenses to find potential solutions. This problem is perfect for interdisciplinary inquiry because no single discipline has been able to explain it comprehensively or resolve it. They only offer a misleading or biased understanding. Looking through different lenses will allow us to come up with a solution that will protect Texas's current groundwater levels and also provide us with new ideas that could help increase the productivity of the water used. Potential causes of drought and groundwater depletion must be found to help prevent future problems. Investigating the possible cause of drought and the direct relationship it has to groundwater must be studied to determine a connection between these issues. The severity and longevity of drought both need to be studied on a physical, financial, and ecological scale. Two disciplines that are directly related to this topic that can shed new light on the issue in Texas are history and earth sciences. These two disciplines do not have much in common, but pulling information from these two can potentially give new information on how to deal with this ongoing issue. The perspective of history is very important when looking at drought for many reasons. For one, we can look at records